Hi, welcome to lesson 8. In this tutorial, I'll be teaching you easy way to identify intervals. In the last tutorial I made on interval, I noticed that it's very tedious for you to identify these intervals, most especially if you are counting. And if you want to really memorize the table, that is a lot on you. I can almost say it is impossible for you to do that. But this video is going to show you the easy way to identify these intervals. But notwithstanding, you need to have gotten one or two things in the last video on intervals. So the first step you need to do for you to get this interval in the easy way is that you need to understand major scale. So let us pick the Ionian scale, which is also called the major scale. Some people know it as Ionian scale. So we all know the interval pattern of the major scale. I believe that is not hard anymore. We know that is whole step, half step, whole step, whole step, whole step, half step. So let us take it to the key of C, our favorite C. Yes, we only start from C. I can start from any key, but for easy understanding, I will pick it up from C. So if you do that, you're going to have the following keys that makes up the C major scale. So we're going to have C, and by now I believe you're able to play that scale with the right finger number. And that is the most especially, that is the reason why I have to do those videos on finger number of scales. Very, very important for you to know it before you can understand this very well. So C, the next is D, the next is E, the next is F, then G, A, B, C. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is the major scale. The first thing you're going to notice is that every letters which from C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C are in their major scale. First, let us assign number to each of these letters that make up a major scale. Please note, this number is not finger number. It's not as if you want to play the scale with the right finger number. It's just number. So if we play the scale of C, you find out that C is 1, D is 2, E is 3, F is 4, G is 5, A is 6, B is 7, and C, it is what? 8. Remember what I've said earlier. Each of the letters, if you play the major scale, they are in their major, and that is why it's called a C major scale. There's still another type of scale you can still play, which is called the C minor scale. You will see a slight difference in that scale, but we are not going to that extent today. From the numbers given, which are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, there are some of this number that you cannot get their minor. Now we are in the stage whereby we want to get their minor since we've treated the major. Remember what I said? Each of the keys, they are in their major as far you play the C major correctly or you play the major scale correctly. Each of the letters you've played, irrespective of where you start from, they are in their major. Now, like number 4, which is F, we cannot change it because they're perfect fourths. And also number 5, which is the G, we cannot change it in this case because that's a perfect fifth. So let us remove 4 and 5. Remember, I'm talking in numbers now. So number 2, which is D, number 3, number 5, number 2, which is D, number 3, which is E, number 6, which is A, and number 7, which is B, can be changed to a minor. So how do you do that? Look at this. So for example, this from C to D is my major second. If I reduce this major second by half step, that becomes a minor second. You see, you don't need any counting here. Straightforward. Okay, let's go from C to E is my major third. If I reduce the major third by half step, which means that's D sharp or E flat, that is my minor third. So remember what I said earlier, 2, 3, 6, 7 can be changed to a minor, except 4 and 5, which are perfect. So let's continue. Now, if I go to the 6, I reduce it by a half step. That will give me my G sharp or A flat. That is my minor 6th. Then if I go to the 7th, which is B, I reduce it by half step. That will give me my A sharp or B flat. You see that? That is a minor 7th. So which means it will be very nice for you to understand the major. Once you understand the major, you can easily change to a minor interval. So for example, now let's say if I ask you to get a minor third, all you need to get is the major and just reduce by half step. You've got a minor third. Easy. You don't need to start counting number of semitones. That is a tedious way to go about it. You see that now? So 2, 3, 6, 7 can be changed to a minor, except 4 and 5, which are perfect. So if I tell you what is minor 6, all you need to do is to get, if I say give me the interval of a minor 6, all you need to do is what? Get the major 6 from the major scale you've constructed on any key and just reduce it. Just reduce by half step. You see, that is my minor 6th. For example, if I say give me a major 7th, all you need to do from the major scale, get the since we've put the number on it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is my 7th, right? Reduce it by half step. That is the B flat, and that is a minor 7th. You can see you don't need to start counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh my God, that is a lot to go about. Augmented, I will start from the 4th. Remember that I've given each of my C major scale numbers. I said C is 1, 2, D, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if we are going to go to, and I said 4 and 5. Now I'm speaking in numbers. I'm not even talking about speaking in intervals or number of semitones. I said 4 and 5, according to numbering, is a perfect 4th and what? A perfect 5th. And if you remember, when I was explaining major and minor, I did not touch it. I only explained the minor of 2nd, 3rd, and 6th, and the 7th. Okay, now, if we reduce a perfect 4th by half step, that becomes diminished. And if you reduce, look at this now, you're going to learn something new. If you reduce a perfect interval by half step, that is diminished or tritone. I know that is strange. Don't worry. Once you're able to follow my tutorial to the end, I will explain everything you need to know. But mark it, put it at the back of your book, tritone. I mentioned tritone. And if you want to ask, or probably when I've done my videos and you didn't see it, please don't forget to ask. And if you raise, we've done a diminished, right? So, and if you raise the perfect 4th, you are going to get augmented 4th or tritone. And if you raise your perfect 5th, you're going to get augmented 5th. A major is increased by a semitone, it becomes augmented. For example, C to D, that's my major 2nd. If I increase it, I will get it to D sharp, and that is augmented 2nd. Now, to reduce a major by 2 semitones, we get a diminished, a major I mean. So this is my major 3rd. I reduce it by 2 semitones. 1, 2, that's the D. That is also called diminished. Now look at this. If I reduce my major 2nd by 2 semitones, 1, this is my starting point. 1, 2. You see that? That is a diminished. This summary will help you. So if you check some things online, so I will explain to you the various ways you can see it. Each of these minor, major, diminished, augmented that I've mentioned, or intervals that I've mentioned, they have symbols you can see online. For major, you're only going to see just the pure number on it, just like the way I did it on the key of C. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's the way you're going to see it. Then for minor, you're going to see, for example, let's say you should play a minor second. You're going to see it as this: 2 with a little flat at the top. You're going to see it on my screen. You're going to see 2 with a little flat at the top. That indicates minor. Don't forget that. Then for augmented and diminished, you are going to see for diminished, you are going to see not, which is like degree. You can call it degree or not. You're going to see it on top of the letter. I'm going to show you on my screen. Then for augmented, you are going to see plus sign at the power of the numbers. So these are the ways see you can see the these intervals in respect to numbers. This number using this way will help you play chords, because that is the next on my list, which I'm going to explain to you. So sometimes I might not communicate the chord to you as the letters. I might decide to use numbers. So and you need to know when this number is a major, when this number is augmented.